Guys, I did it. I finally did it. I bought a $200 clock. Yep, you heard that right. A $200 clock. Let's get into this.
Gaming tech, eating brekkie is the gaming tech. Going for a recce is the gaming tech. Gaming techie is the gaming tech. Gaming techie.
Alright guys, so here you are with the LaMetric Time clock review. So we have it here sitting next to me so you guys can get a good view of it. As I talk about it, I'll show you some of the features that this thing has. And of course we'll obviously talk about what I think about it. So obviously, it's a $200 clock. It's not cheap. It's it's $200. You can find it on sale for like $160, which is what I found it for. I got it on a lightning deal on Amazon for $160. It's the lowest I've seen it go since it's been out, so that's awesome. I believe this started as a Kickstarter project and then got brought to life from there. And I think overall, as far as like the actual design and what it does, it actually does a lot of cool things for specific people that need it, which is what we're going to get into now. So this is the box in case any of you guys want to see it. So it basically shows you that it does clock faces, it has real-time news, social media stuff, smart home display, DIY personalized applications. And then on the back it will tell you things like it has weather, stock quotes, date ticker, Facebook likes, web, data agenda, Twitter, breaking news, personalized actions. And you could even go, if you're into it, you can even create your own apps on here. So all it comes with here is a clock. It is not battery powered. It's has to be plugged into the wall. And as you can see, it's actually the way I have it set up here. If you guys are looking over here, is I actually have it scrolling already. So basically, when you open up the app, this is obviously you need some sort of like Apple device or Android device, and you download the app and you can customize the applications on there. So basically, if I put this down here for a second, I have an iPad here. It's not a native iPad app, but it does what I need just to show you guys that it's only an iPhone or Android device. It doesn't have iPad support, so it obviously looks like this. But it gives us what we need. So you can see here that the apps that I have currently installed on mine are a clock. So regular basic clock here, 5:42 p.m. is the time it currently is here. And it could auto scroll, but for the sake of time of the video, I'll be touching the apps on here. So the next thing I have is the weather. So you can see here it's 55 degrees. It has a little nice animation that it's raining outside, so that's cool. And the YouTube subscriber count, we're at 368 on this channel. Guys, like the channel, get that number up. That's what our goal is. So, and then something that I started recently, so the number is really low, but I did for you guys, and for some reason this one goes away really quickly, which I haven't figured out why it goes away that quickly. But you can see Twitch there. I just started that up a couple of weeks ago when I did my first stream. So we're going to be doing another one here shortly. So keep an eye on my Twitter feed and YouTube and stuff, and follow me on there and help me out get that going. Then we got a radio. A radio you can tune into your regular basic radio stations and have it play through here. It does have a built-in speaker. And then it has some other apps that come installed that I'm not actually using. It's not scrolling through, but the stopwatch, the timer, and it even integrates with my Sonos in the house. So I have it set to this Sonos in this room, so actually whatever song is playing, as soon as I play a song on that Sonos, it will actually start scrolling through and telling everybody what song is being broadcasted. So some of the other things it does is it actually can sync up to your phone, so it can show you notifications and stuff like that, so that's cool. So if you get a phone call or something and it's coming in, it will display on here that you're getting a phone call and make sort of a notification sound to let you know. And there's a lot of other things it does. It can integrate with Amazon Echo, and you can talk to your Echo and have it display things on here and stuff like that. So it has a lot of Echo stuff. It obviously has support for IFTTT, so you can set things up with that where it's do's or don'ts. So you can have this thing, as a weird example, I can have it so when my lights in this room turn on to automatically start playing the radio, and I can do that through IFTTT. And have that automatically happen, whatever times of the day. You guys should know all about IFTTT. If you don't, let me know in the comments, and I'll let you guys know more about it. It also works with the Google Assistant, so it's Echo and Google Assistant compatible. So you can do all sorts of different apps on there and stuff. So this thing actually has a lot of features that you can do with it. It actually has a lot of apps. If I scroll through here and if I show you guys the app store that I'm looking for, one second. So they actually have a lot of apps on here. I didn't add a lot of them, and I'll tell you a reason why here towards the end of this video. But they have, like I said, a like counter for Facebook if you're into that. You can do your tweet and follower counts. You can show the news, email notifications if you get an email from Gmail or something like that. Your follower counter for Instagram. Integrates directly with your Philips Hue lights. We talked about the Sonos stuff. So they do have, and people are always building apps for this thing, so there's a lot of weird apps that people are making for this as well. And cool apps, of course, as well, so that's always good. A bunch of news apps that are on here. So the basic main use, at least for me, that I think a lot of people would probably want this, is the same scenario I bought it for. And that's if you're into, like, if you're a YouTuber, you're into social media and stuff like that, and you like having this up on your display. The way I have mine, I don't know if you guys can see this far out, but I actually have it sitting on my desk. I put this little shelf here, and it kind of sits right up there. So when I have it sitting up there, I can easily just make, show. It's like kind of like a motivation. When I'm at my desk, I'm making videos like right now. I look over and it'll alert me when a notification goes up, because this is obviously automatic. So if that count goes up right now, we're in the middle of this video, it will go from 368 subscribers on YouTube and go to 369 and alert us. So it will give us kind of a notification and let us know that that's what's actually going on. And the same thing with like Facebook likes and Instagram likes and all the other social media with Twitch, the same thing. So it's an extra motivation when I look at it, and that's why I like it, because I can instantly see my subscribers when I walk down here and come down here and take a look at them right away. So it gives me that extra motivation, and that's what I think this clock really excels at, is connecting all that together. Other than that, you see some of the apps it does do some cool things, but I think that is the main reason why all you guys should probably get it. Alright, so here's the phone here. I wanted to give you guys, before we wrap up the video, an idea of what the app looks like real quick. So, click on here. This is the main icons. These are the ones that are actually on my clock now. As you can see, it scrolls through and shows you all my stuff on there. And it has the option here at the bottom for auto scrolling. So if you scroll through here, you can do it by showing a schedule of the apps. You can click to scroll, so you can click the top button here, so it scrolls through the apps that way. Or you can even just show one app and just leave it there forever. I have it on auto scroll, so it scrolls through these apps here. If you go through the phone, this is where it actually lets you. This is where it actually lets you set up the notifications for your phone. So, like I was talking about earlier in the video, if you go through here, you can turn on your Bluetooth and have the phone calls show up, or your text messages and stuff show up on here, just like the top says when someone's calling. The more just shows you the Amazon Alexa integration and Google Assistant to set that up on there. One of the other things you could do is obviously add more applications. If you click the little plus sign on here, you can see all the apps on here. So the weather, social. So we got some weather applications here. Social here. And the news here as well. So we got a bunch of apps on there. Actually, social, just to show you some of the ones that I don't have installed, like, the following Instagram counter. You can even have a Twitch live counter on there if you want to do that. Twitch view count, so you can do a bunch of things on here. They have some smart home stuff on here. So Wemo Switch, the Alexa's on there, the Sonos is on there that I talked about earlier. So they got some stuff on there. And people are always making these apps already. There's people making these apps, but I would go by what's actually on here. And if you're looking, I wouldn't buy this basing on the fact that people are making more apps for it. This is not like, it's not like the App Store where people are making crazy amount of apps for it. This is a really niche product. So I don't know how many apps are actually coming out all the time, but definitely don't go by that. One of the other last things to show you on here that you can do, if you click on here, you can actually change the sound that it makes. Well, you can change the sound, but it also lets you customize some of the settings, like notify every 1 subscriber is what I have it set to. You can do it every 5, 10, whatever you want to do. But it also lets you change the sound effect. So that's the sound effect when you get a new subscriber. That's the noise it will make. The one I have it currently set to is very simple. So you can see here, they have a bunch of different ones that you can use. So a bunch of different ones on here that you can use to customize the sound that it makes. But that's basically a wrap of everything the app does as far as, the clock goes. You can set it up here, customize the apps, install more apps, scroll through the apps if you need to, and change some of those settings around. But that's basically the gist of, what this looks like. as far as the app goes. Let's go ahead and get into my final thoughts now and let you guys know if this clock is worth your time and your hard-earned money. All right, guys, so that wraps up this video. Like I said, final thoughts are, get it if you're into that social media stuff and all that cool, like seeing everything on social media that you guys are actively using, like YouTube or Instagram and Facebook and all that stuff. If any of that stuff interests you, if any of the apps I showed you interest you, and it's going to be a digital clock on your wall for some motivation and stuff like me, it's definitely recommended. Try to get it at a cheaper price for like $160-ish. It is the negatives of this are pretty simple. So obviously overpriced. It should be a little bit cheaper in my opinion. And but everything else, it does what it says it does, and it works for what I want it to do. It's up to you if it's actually worth it for you. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time.
Tech, Gaming Techie is the gaming tech. Gaming Techie, gaming tech. Eating brekkie is the gaming tech. Going for a recce is the gaming tech. Gaming Techie is the gaming tech. Gaming Techie.